During COVID, I would see myself on camera and I was like, wow, didn't really realize I kind of look washed out. I don't look like I thought I was coming across. So I said, okay, we're going to go to a house of color. I'm going to get my colors done. And when I started to actually, do things where things were going to be cohesive and in my season, it started to really kind of come together.
Welcome back to The Rock Pod. It is produced for the Royal Oak, Michigan Chamber of Commerce. I am John Gay from Jag Podcast Productions. My co-host Lisa Bibby from Century 21 Northland could not be with us today, but I'm thrilled to be joined by somebody who I've met at many chamber events, so this is a long time coming. Dee Pineaut from House of Color Royal Oak. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, John. Glad to be here.
I'm a little embarrassed because I moved into a new home a month ago, and I was hoping I'd have something more than a plain gray wall behind me when I had you talk to me today, but I think we can make it work.
No, that's great. Actually, we want to do our clients with a plain gray wall behind them so that we can get their best colors. So it works.
This is an audio podcast, but I'm wearing my bright orange Syracuse alumni sweatshirt, so I'm not sure how that pops on the video for you, Dee, but we'll get into all of that.
Okay.
So let me start by asking you, what really is color analysis? Walk us through it.
Okay. When you wear a color, it can harmonize with your personal skin tone, or it can really clash with it. And it was developed really in the 1930s by a head artist in the Bauhaus in Germany. Johannes Itten was the primary person who came up with the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And they noticed when the artists were presenting their work that the artists actually looked better and more vibrant when they were presenting works with different color schemes in them. So then they said, there's something to this undertones. People can look better in certain colors. And then with the advent of Technicolor film, our actors and actresses used to wear different colors like red if they were filming black and white, because red would photograph in black and white better. But then with the advent of Technicolor, they figured that actors and actresses looked better or worse in certain colors. And filmmakers would start to use that to enhance the character. So they would put an actor in a color that didn't make them look good if they wanted them to make them look tired, even sinister. Or the good color for them would make them look brighter, could make them look younger, could make them look happier. So it kind of came from the whole Technicolor in the film industry as well.
That's fascinating. So did the color scheme for / good guys, bad guys, did that come from what works on each character, or there's some universal truths where you would dress in a certain color to be presented in a certain way?
It actually is character independent. I think the best example is the gangster movies. Italian actors and actresses kind of had the same undertones. And if they could pick actors and actresses with the same undertones, they would dress them in the wrong colors. And the gangsters could look all sinister and the good guys could look, bright and ethereal.
That's fascinating. So before I ask you to walk me through a typical appointment you would have with a client, explain what House of Color is and does.
House of Color is actually a franchise system. It was started in the UK and is still headquartered in the UK.
That explains why it's spelled C-O-L-O-U-R.
Yes, absolutely. So it is C-O-L-O-U-R if you are looking at it online. But there are now 450 stylists globally. There's about 44 states, 11 countries.
Wow.
And it's actually grown quite a bit. It came to the United States and, I have to say mid-America, Nebraska, Missouri, the places that were kind of mid-America was doing the best, and gradually it kind of picked up in the South. And
are you saying that the folks in Nebraska didn't all want to blend in with those green cornfields?
No, actually, it was, Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa. That's where really in the heartland is where a lot of people really wanted to, look their best.
And then it spread from there. You said to the South, and then from there?
Yeah, from the South. Now there's definitely people in California. We've got stylists here in Michigan and all throughout the East Coast.
Okay, so what do you do with a client? I walk in, I am your typical 45-year-old white guy, and I know nothing about color, style, matching. I'm a t-shirt and jeans guy. What's an appointment look like with you, Dee?
Okay, awesome. Well, we do two different appointments, we do color analysis and we'll do a style analysis.
Okay.
So you can do style first, but we really recommend color first. So you walk in, and for our customers who like to wear makeup or cosmetics, we do ask that they come without any tinted moisturizer or sunscreens. So fresh face. And I have them in front of a window, so we're getting natural daylight, and I shut the lights off in my office. The first thing we want to do is get your undertones, whether you're cool or warm. So we will choose a set of drapes. We've got some precision dyed drapes and Pantone colors that we use. And it's really the comparison of those drapes that help us understand whether you're cool or warm. So then once you're cool or warm, we determine your season. And your season will be autumn or spring. It'll be winter or summer. Winter or summer are the cool colors, and then autumn and spring are the warm colors. So autumn is like earthier, blendier. Spring is like bright. It's like the tulip colors. It's kind of like those Easter colors. Winter, like we're in right now, is more like contrasty colors, like sunlight on snow, bright Crayola colors almost. And then summer colors are like the beachy colors, like the ones you see in summer, at the beach, something that's maybe a t-shirt that's been washed too many times. A little bit, yeah, it will complement that person when they wear those colors. So even though we say they're sun washed and they're a little faded, it doesn't mean that that's their personality. We do find sometimes people have a favorite color that doesn't necessarily look best on them, or they have a favorite color and it does look best on them. So it goes both ways.
I'm going to jump in for a second because that happened to me. So I had this red button-down shirt that I loved, and my dad was like, "Oh, you look great in that shirt." And I want to say it was my wife who was like, "That red is a terrible color on you. Like, it's bringing out all the red pigment in your skin. Like, what are you doing?" And I was like, I guess you're right. So that comment really resonated with me, Dee.
Yeah, that is part of the process. If somebody does look like they have a lot of red pigment in their face or something, it makes them look more sallow or it looks ashy on them. That's one of the things that we're looking for. And the big thing really is the natural daylight. One of the things we'll do after we get your season is we'll get you to your best colors. And like cars or like houses, there are the best colors for a person. Somebody might look really great like in the orange you're in, or they might look really great in like the green that I'm in. And there could be like 3 other colors that they really look great in. Now, people can wear every color in their season, and we say the rest of the colors are wardrobe building colors. You don't have to just relegate yourself to 3 or 5 colors. We have a whole palette of colors so that you can have a wardrobe that all goes together cohesively and you can look put together. And so the point is to be able to get ready in the morning without a whole lot of like changing your outfit 3 times. Does this go together? I'm not sure. Everything after a while, after you start to build your wardrobe in those colors, it'll all go together, which is really the benefit.
You mentioned the natural light, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. I have natural light on me right now at my window. Are you able to eyeball over basically a video conference what colors would be good for me, or is that more I'd have to come in and do with you in person?
We really say in person is the absolute way to do it. We know that our cameras have filters, and even our more advanced phones like we're on right now, they'll filter the colors, they'll change things, they'll pick up on light sources and things. And I don't know what light source you have. Do you have fluorescent lights? So we did in our training room, we did some, let's check out how everybody's computer is filtering these colors differently. And we had about 6. Everyone came out with just a little bit different on their computer and camera. So, we do say in person, natural light and no cosmetics is really the way to do it.
Well, I can tell you I'm wearing no makeup right now, just so you know.
Okay.
So once you kind of help people figure out their season and their colors, is the wardrobe piece a part of it, or you kind of give them recommendations for colors to think about to buy for clothing?
Yes. Well, there's a couple different tools. The first one is style analysis, and that's personality and body shape dependent. So for the customers who choose to move on, style is definitely personality, but we all have different body shapes and different body styles. And what we do is we help you meld the two together.
Okay.
Because there's clothes that are made in a lot of different styles. It can be confusing. And a lot of different cuts. Probably for yourself, as if you ever gone suit shopping, there's suits that are athletic fit. There's suits that are illustrator fit. There's all kinds of different things. But even for female bodies, there are wide shoulders, there's narrow shoulders. There's so many different options that we want to help you get what looks best on your body. And then you can interject your personality. Things like, are you a polka dot person? Are you a plaid person? Do you like suedes? Do you like more natural fabrics and things like that? And those are going to be the things that you pick, but you can pick them in certain shapes that are going to look great on your body.
I've heard the greatest sin is that so much female clothing was designed by men.
Possible. Yes. While there are a lot of great female designers, we have some resources that help us know what stores tend to favor what types of cuts in clothing. So we can help you that way too. Our headquarters does pick out some clothing in colors every month. And if that's something that people just want to shop online and be done with it, we can help you with some pins for online clothing in your color season. And so that's a really great way to just start with your color and then kind of start to see, okay, now once I really look good, how is this going to come together with a whole body shape and wardrobe?
And I want to emphasize too, because in the interest of body positivity, we're not saying that any one body type is better or worse than another, but what you're doing is really important because it's making people comfortable in their own skin and figuring out what works for their specific shape, whatever that shape may be.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone's got a different shape. And even throughout our lives, we might be a little bit different. So women, we go through childbirth, we go through menopause, especially for women. We've got so many different body shapes, even in our own lifespan. And we can push and pull and work with that. But your architecture, your bones, are going to largely be the same. And we want to honor that. And we can find the cuts of clothing that are going to look best on you, but also the color. Where do you put your colors and details, and helping you really interject your personality into those?
Are there any services you offer at House of Color we haven't talked about yet?
Well, yes. We also do cosmetics. We have a line of cosmetics, and we can, during the appointment, put on some cosmetics. We usually do about what's called a 90-second makeup. So you can basically know your colors and get out the door. Really, we don't want to spend a lot of time prepping on a day-to-day basis. But we also have some products that can help you really get glammed up for those super important situations if you want to. So we have a makeup artist that can help you with the finer details. We have what's called a wardrobe edit, where if you're comfortable enough having someone come to your house and help you kind of purge or cull things out of your closet, you can do that. And we also do personal shopping. If you do want a brick and mortar experience, try on some clothes, if you just kind of have a hard time picking things out, we can help you there. And we also have, again, like I said, the subscription service to some online pins, which are great for somebody who wants to do some online shopping.
That's all amazing. And you service women and men, right?
Women and men, absolutely.
I have to ask, how did you get involved in this line of work?
Oh, wow. Well, I am actually retired from automotive myself. But, during COVID, I would see myself on camera and I was like, wow, didn't really realize I kind of look washed out. I don't look like I thought I was coming across. I remember a colleague of mine really did a great presentation and she looked awesome. And I looked at, how you can see the squares and I was like, wow, why do I look so, just kind of pale and sick, right? So then I was like, okay, maybe there is something to, I'll just, wear makeup, I'll do something. And it still wasn't working. So I said, okay, we're going to go to a House of Color. I'm going to get my colors done. And shockingly, my hair was wrong. My makeup was wrong. My colors were wrong. And when I started to actually, do things where things were going to be cohesive and in my season, it started to really kind of come together. I'd even catch myself in the mirror saying, oh, wow, it's in focus. I feel a lot more focused. So I thought it was so great. I wanted to do that. And an opportunity came open in Royal Oak, and that's where I also live. So I thought it was just so fun.
That's fantastic. And kind of your own success story. You must have client success stories too.
Oh, yeah. A lot of clients, they'll come in for the same reasons, like I'm just not looking good, or they may be a year after they've had a child. They may have lost a lot of weight and they're looking to get a new wardrobe, or they're also retiring and they don't need, the corporate business anymore. They want to really get like that capsule wardrobe or that retirement wardrobe. So they come to see me because they want to get it right. And so, yeah, there are definitely people who come in as like, wow, your hair is actually just not working for you. And I see that maybe 6 months later and they look amazing. And they come to me and they say, my friends say I look amazing. And everybody just wants to know like what changed and how I did it. So yeah, it's really, we want you to be the best version of you. And everybody's a little bit different.
Love it. So how long have you been in the Royal Oak Chamber and what have you gotten out of it so far?
The Royal Oak Chamber, I joined as soon as I started working in Royal Oak. I really wanted to live and work in the community and be a part of the community. So the first thing I did was go to the Royal Oak Chamber. I started small with a couple of coffees, just some introductions. Then I started going to some ribbon cuttings, some spas, some different places that I thought would resonate also with my business. And, really, the chamber has been so helpful to point me in the right direction. Oh, you should meet this person. Or I would see some of the same people and we just get to talking and, they would point something to me or I'd say, oh, hey, have you talked to this person over here? I think they might be good for you. So, I wanted it to be a give and take as well, to be like, hey, let's help each other out. And, you find out things about events, you get the emails, things coming up. I just think it's great to be able to serve the community as well. And I love to hear about the new restaurants opening and the new boutiques opening in Royal Oak. And they always know what's going on. So I love it.
So we're recording this on January 28th and I'm staring out my window at sub-zero temperatures and snow. But when this publishes, we will hopefully, knock wood, be on the cusp of spring. Time for someone to think about a fresh look at their look, their wardrobe, find out their colors, their seasons like you're talking about, Dee. If one of our listeners wants to get in touch with you at House of Color, what is the best way to find you?
Absolutely. You can go to our website, www.houseofcolor.com/D Pineaut, or you can put in your zip code and find your nearest stylist.
Great. And we'll put all those links and resources in the show notes as well. Dee, I want to thank you so much for coming on this episode of The Rock Pod. It's been a long time coming, and I'm excited to have this conversation with you.
Thank you so much, John. Been a pleasure.
I am John Gay from Jag Podcast Productions. If you need help with a podcast, any questions at all about podcasting, the fastest growing medium out there, audio and video, you can find me at jagpodcastproductions.com or on social at Jag Podcast Productions. And a quick shout out to my co-host, Lisa Bibby. You can find her info at soldbylisab.com. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Rock Pod. It is produced for the Royal Oak, Michigan Chamber of Commerce. For more information about the Chamber and Chamber events, you can visit royaloakchamber.com.